Hello, my name is Collection Connoisseur. I collect digital thingamabobs in video games, and today I'm playing Hollow Knight. Last time on Hollow Knight, I defeated the 4th Pantheon with the nail binding on. Defeating it with one binding ended up being not too much of a problem, even though all 4 bindings was very hard. So this time I'm going to ratchet it up once more and go for 2 bindings, the Shell and Charms bindings. I think these are probably the 2 hardest bindings to choose. If I were choosing 2 bindings, I think these might be the 2 bindings that are most difficult. One of the reasons for that is just the shell binding itself maybe is the most difficult one in my mind in this Pantheon, because it means that some bosses can kill you in just 2 hits, like the Enraged Guardian. And since he hit me once, we've only got 1 more hit. The Charms binding is a problem because it takes away a lot of the benefits, like the longer nail, more damage. Longer nail, more damage, and a variety of other things. What do I normally have on? Oh, I could have had on 2 more health with the Unbreakable Heart, for example, which would take away some of the problems that we have using the shell binding. And the Quick Slash. The Quick Slash is really nice to have. Let's see here. Thinking about the Lost Kin. The Lost Kin was a healing up battle for me in the all 4 bindings category, which means it should be a healing category for me in the 2 bindings case. I guess basically, up until the White Defender, I should have no trouble because I defeated that far with all 4 bindings. So up until the White Defender, I'm doing something easier than I accomplished twice before. Which probably means that I'm going to fail to do it this time, because that's what happens when you say that something is easy. You fail to do it. At least that's been my experience. Oh well. I think that I should be able to defeat this Pantheon with these 2 bindings on. I just think that I am choosing a relatively difficult set. And that's on purpose. I found the nail binding alone to be relatively easy, so I'm ratcheting it up, and I'm ratcheting it up a little bit harder than I think just 1 more binding would usually be. My general plan here, I do want to try again to defeat this Pantheon with all 4 bindings, but I think I'm going to build up to it. And the last one that I'll add back is the nail binding. Because if you can defeat it with everything but the nail binding, you can defeat it with the nail binding too. It just takes longer, you have to dodge more. Anyway, No Eyes. No Eyes is a good battle to talk about Charms. So let's talk about Charms again. And if I'm going to try to continue my Charms that I will never wear again, then I'm going to talk about one that is sort of cheating, yet again. The Fragile Strength Charm. I will never use the Fragile Strength Charm because I no longer have it. That's only because it is now the Unbreakable Strength. I really like the Unbreakable Strength Charm. As you can tell, I think I've worn it ever since I upgraded it to the Unbreakable Strength. I don't know that I've taken it off. I may have once or twice. Essentially, the Unbreakable Strength just adds damage, and that is such a good ability to have. Just adding more damage is good against bosses, and it's really nice for going about the world too, because having more damage means that you can defeat the small enemies faster and just go faster through the world. Okay, the Traitor Lord. The Traitor Lord, as I believe I've said before, I think that I would have not too much trouble with the Traitor Lord's the Traitor Lord's Radiant version, and therefore anything in the Pantheon should be relatively easy. Should be, of course. Problem with saying should be is that doesn't mean it actually is. But I think I'm pretty good at the Traitor Lord at this point. Let's see if I can defeat it right now without getting hit. So far, so good. And I'm not very concerned... I guess I'm not very concerned about any of his moves. Probably the two normal moves that he does. Oh, there we go. Radiant version with 2 bindings on. Granted, one of the bindings is the shell binding, so that doesn't change the Radiant version at all. And the White Defender. The White Defender has been the bane of this Pantheon so far. Oh, he actually hit me there. I did not think I was going to get hit there. Okay. So I think one of my problems with the White Defender is I try to go up and hit him too much. And for one, that does not work as much when you have a shorter nail. Oh man, I missed with both of those spells. Yeah, but if I'm just like standing next to him and hitting him, I can get hit pretty easily. And I believe that's one of my problems. When I have a shorter nail, I have to get up a little bit too close to him, and that has not worked particularly well for me. I'm going to try to not step up right next to him as much as I've done before. Now this is good. Oh, he started that move so much earlier. He dropped down so much earlier than he normally does in that circumstance. I'm really trying to find another place that I can heal, and... oh man. White Defender, you're a problem. He killed me again. The bane of this Pantheon has been the White Defender. Okay, well... I can get better at the White Defender. I just have to actually get better at the White Defender. Enraged Guardian, still no problem though. I should just not get hit by the Enraged Guardian. That would be the correct way to do it, is to not get hit. Also, I have to remember that I can use spells a little bit more, because without the soul binding on, I do have a fair amount of soul to fling at enemies. Like that. There we go. There's the Radiant version of the Enraged Guardian, with 2 bindings on. Not that that's as impressive as the Traitor Lord, I think. I think the Traitor Lord is more impressive. And the Traitor Lord is one of the bosses that I still have to do on its Radiant version. I should do that. I should probably do that next episode. Just do a couple more Radiant version bosses. Yeah. Anyway, the Lost Kin. The Lost Kin, I can just heal up any damage that I get in pretty much each time I fight. I did a spell there because I realized I had a full soul egg. When you have a full soul egg and full teeny soul eggs, you should use some of that for spells. I am getting a little bit better about using spells on bosses. Not a ton better. I'm sure that I could improve my spell game even more, and it would be good for me. That was a sad hit. I got hit because he staggered. Also, even when I need to heal one, I can still use spells, because I have enough soul to heal and use spells. Heal once, only once, because you're about to get attacked again. Great. What is there left to talk about in terms of charms? Not much. I think Every other charm that I have to talk about are charms that I intend to wear at some point. However, let's talk about one. The Void Heart. The Void Heart I will always wear, because I can't take it off. The Void Heart is a charm that is upgraded from the King's Soul. It's the thing that allowed me to go in and fight the Radiance. Other than that, I don't think it's done anything. I don't think the Void Heart actually does anything for you while you're wearing it, other than allow you to go into the Radiant fight, which is kind of important. The Radiance allows you to get a different ending of the game, a better ending of the game. So that is significant. But if there's anything else that that charm is doing for me, let me know. I think that it does nothing else. I guess that's not entirely true. I believe the other thing that it does is it means that the shades in the abyss don't attack you. That's not particularly significant, especially since I don't see myself going into the abyss again. But I think that's all the Void Heart is doing for me, and I'd much prefer to just have the King's Soul. Alright, Trader Lord. I forgot to mention that even though I had such an easy go at you last time, that you can actually kill me very easily because 2 hits from you kill me. And there's not a whole lot of places in this battle that are safe healing points. That's one of them. It was safe. The heal went off and then I messed up right afterward, but it was a safe heal. So even though I can defeat this, the Radiant version of the Trader Lord, as I've done once before, the problem is, even though I can do that, just 2 mistakes kills me. So that makes this a difficult part of this Pantheon, even though I can defeat him in a not too difficult manner. I'm pretty happy that I was able to bounce off of his head successfully there, because I've got my shorter nail, and that is just harder with a shorter nail. Anyway, Trader Lord down, full health. Onto the White Defender, the bane of this Pantheon for me, surprisingly. White Defender, I think, should be much easier than this. I think. I can certainly get some hits in easily, and nothing that he does should be hard to dodge. I find dodging the balls harder than I probably should. When he's throwing balls out, I think I get hit by that a fair amount of the time. I should try not to get hit when he's throwing balls around. New goal. When he's throwing balls around, don't get hit. It's not exactly a new goal. It's kind of a goal that I've already had, but still. Let's try to be a little bit smarter about it. I do like how often he's bouncing. He's easy to hit when he's bouncing. And it allows me to heal if I need to. When he goes under like that, I need to just get out of the way. I know where he's going to go when he goes under. So far, so good, but as per usual, when I've only got 4 health, so far is not enough. I have to go all the way. Oh, and he's bouncing again. I think I've gotten very lucky with his moveset this particular go at the White Defender. And I'm far away when he moved into this phase, which is good, because one of the ways that I've gotten hit by the White Defender before is just being too close to him when he went into this phase. Don't be too close to him, especially when he's throwing balls. good. And he's becoming a ball himself. The best move for me is when he becomes a ball himself. Wonderful. I defeated the white defender. Did I get hit? I think I got hit once. But I defeated the white defender. And we're going to be moving on. So, I don't remember the rest of this Pantheon very well, even though I fought it just last episode. I remember there being Markoth. And of course the Pure Vessel. I think there was the Soul Tyrant too. Aha, the Failed Champion. The Failed Champion should be no problem. But man, I think I did rather poorly against him in my nail binding attempt. So let's see if I can actually pull off it being relatively easy this time. When he hits the ground, oh gosh. So, because he does 2 damage, I lost 2 of my blue faces there. I can use a couple spells, but I don't really want to use that many, so that I can heal up if I need to at the end of the battle. Since I don't really get soul from him. Okay, he's gonna hit the ground. One of the nice things about the white, not the white defender, man, there go my blue faces, but one of the nice things about the Failed Champion is that he jumps backward when he's about to hit the ground and make shockwaves, so you kind of know that it's coming, like he's about to hit the ground there. And it's nice to know what your enemies are about to do. He's about to hit the ground. Whoa, he did not hit the ground. I was wrong. Never mind. My learning has been proven inaccurate. Great. Is it the last time? I think this might be the last time. So I'm full health, but I did lose all 4 of my blue faces against the Failed Champion. Still not the best go. Markoth. I think what you need to do with Markoth is mainly just avoid the nails. Step 1, avoid the nails. So far, not so great at that. And when Markoth comes close to you, and he's easy to hit, then you hit him. When he's spinning like this, you basically want to heal. So dodge the nails. When he's close, hit him if it's easy. If it's easy to hit him, hit him. If it's not easy, don't bother. And using spells, especially spells from far away, maybe the up spell was a little risky there. I didn't get hit, but it might have been a risky maneuver. So I don't necessarily want to repeat that. Here you can dash in and then dash out. Alright, now there's more nails to avoid. We're at the hard part of the fight. And when he comes close and it's easy, you hit him. If it's not easy, you don't hit him. So, oh man. Oh, and I don't have the soul to heal. That's sad. I got 1 hit on him, and then I missed where a nail was coming from, which was not great. Don't go after him. Wait for him to come toward you. Okay, that was poor. Markoth might kill me right here. I would love to heal, but I don't have the soul to heal. And getting soul is not the easiest thing to do. Okay, I'm gonna run away. There we go. And heal once. Now the goal is to hit him a couple times, don't get hit myself, and then heal again. That was a good time to hit him. I think I'm just going to stay away while he's in the middle of doing that. Oh gosh. I got hit by a nail. I should be able to avoid every nail. Not that I have shown that I can do that, but I should be able to avoid every nail. I did that in a risky manner, but I did do it successfully, and I got a heal off because of it. Oh no. Let's heal. I think I might actually not die to Markov, but I might not come out of here with more than 1 health, which is pretty close to being killed by Markov. So let's see here. Wait until that's going back in, then go at him. Heal once. Alright. I did not die to Markov. The run gets to continue. And I can probably heal in the Watcher Knights battle. Probably. I can surely heal when there's only 1 of them. Yeah. Just bounce at me. That's fine too. Healed up. And spells are very nice to use in the Watcher Knights battle as well. That's good to remember. Especially the sideways spell, because the sideways spell often hits both of them. That's the most dangerous thing they do when they are coming at you with different moves. I think one of those Watcher Knights is almost defeated. Alright, I can heal. Let's heal right here. Oh, I thought I got both of them. That was incorrect. The Watcher Knights are really not much of a problem for me. I think I had a problem doing the Radiant version of the Watcher Knights, but just normal Watcher Knights, I don't think I have too much of a problem with. They're just too predictable. Alright, what happens next in this Pantheon? I recall that there's no Nightmare King Grim, even though I thought there was. I remembered that incorrectly a previous time. There's no Nightmare King Grim, but there is the Soul Tyrant. The Soul Tyrant is a problem when I have the Shell Binding, because in the crazy phase, I can just get hit, and if that happens a couple times, I could die. So the Soul Tyrant is a problem. I've learned since I did the Radiant version of the Soul Tyrant that the way that I've done the Soul Tyrant is a more difficult way. So I'm going to see if I can be better about dodging the Soul Tyrant in the crazy phase this time, by simply doing it maybe a little bit better. Using spells against the Soul Tyrant is very difficult because he disappears so fast. So even though I have all of this soul, I don't really know how to spend it. Could spend it there. I guess that probably was better than just hitting him once, even though I got hit. The fact that I could immediately heal that hit means that that hit didn't mean anything. Yeah, I think the crazy phase is the problem. And until then, I should just be patient. Patience is the way. So, Soul Tyrant. Patience is how I deal with you. I said that I have essentially no more charms to talk about that I'm not going to wear. I think that's true. Let me mention another charm that is very unlikely for me to wear next, and that is the long nail. So the long nail is a charm that increases the slicing distance of my nail, which is wonderful. And the only reason that I might not wear it is because there is an even longer version, the Mark of Pride, which does cost one more charm notch, but I tend to use the Mark of Pride almost every time, and therefore the long nail is there only for when I can't bear the notch cost of the Mark of Pride, but I still want the longer nail. Which I think will happen. I think that will happen sometimes, and then I will use the long nail instead of the Mark of Pride. That is one that I'm less likely to use, but I do really like my longer nail. Having a longer nail makes a lot of things easier. Being able to hit bosses from a little bit further away means that you can go through almost every boss in a much safer manner. Now, if I recall correctly, the Soul Tyrant is about to change. I think if I hit him a couple more times, we're going into the crazy phase. So let's prepare for the crazy phase. Okay. Basically what I've heard is that being in the air a little bit is helpful when these hit the ground. I don't know if I actually did that very successfully, but so far I have only gotten hit during a phase that I should not get hit on. And now I have no life left to spend on this phase. Alright. If I can... Yes! Now we can heal all the way up. And I believe the next battle is the Pure Vessel. It is. Thou returned across thy nail with this pure vessel. For what purpose we can only wonder. Indeed. So the Pure Vessel, I know how to fight. Not having a longer nail makes a couple things harder in the Pure Vessel. However, I know how to fight the Pure Vessel. The main way I could die here is that I only have 2 hits of his worth of health, and it's pretty easy to get hit a couple times in quick succession. Just a couple mistakes would kill me. So I need to be careful of that. I need to also be careful about when I'm using my spells. I can use my spells in this battle, but I should be a little bit careful about when so that I'm not making myself available to be hit. So right now, for example, I could die right here if I got hit one more time. And the only time I can really heal is when he's stunned. I can only heal once during that. But now I can get hit twice again, so that's good. There we go. Shoot him with a spell there. Let's heal once here. It's slightly risky to heal once there because if a ball appears on me, I get hit. But I think it's only slightly risky. Ooh. I'm getting hit a few more times than I would like to. Oh, and I died. Should not have gone for that heal. I went for the heal when I had 3 health. I should not have gone for it when I had 4 health. Alright, I'm going to try this again. I'm probably going to skip into the Pantheon a little bit so that you don't see the entire thing, but I don't know how far I'm going to skip. So let's go. Let's see if I can retain any of my blue faces in the failed champion. In theory, I should be able to. I don't know why my failed champion abilities have gone so low. It's going to hit the ground again. Then he jumps. It's going to hit the ground again. And then he jumps. hit the ground, jump. Shoot him with a spell once. Can't do that very often in this fight, but you can do it sometimes. First phase down. Get a few hits in him before he starts smacking the ground like that. Oh ho, don't dodge. Don't dodge away from him when he does that. Oh, I got hit by a meteor. Alright, well, that means that my blue faces haven't entirely gone away, because the meteors only do 1 damage. Shoot him with a spell. Couple spells. I have too much soul to not hit him with a couple spells here. Great. I think we're basically done with this battle now. Yes. So I retained 1 blue face. Because I got hit by him once, I kind of dashed into him once, and I dashed into a meteor once. Markoth. I think that I figured out the pattern for Markoth last time, but still showed that it is very difficult to pull off. Lost a blue face, that is not a problem. Losing a blue face in Markoth is expected. Oh, hit him a few times there. I should heal that damage, so wait until he's spinning and then heal. Have to wait till he's spinning though. Heal. Good. I wonder if the downward spell would be good to use on him when he's spinning. Not really sure. That is a terrible spot for me to hit him while he's spinning. It's too far up. Alright, now there's more knives. Remember that there's more knives. The Ascended version of this battle is much more difficult because of the arena changes. Just having no floor, you can see how much I'm using the floor here to be able to successfully dodge all of the knives. Having no floor really makes it a lot harder to dodge everything. Couple of spells, and then hit him a couple times. Yeah, this is going well. I got hit the 1 time after I said this was going well. Of course I did. He's spinning somewhere. I can tell because there's no knives. He looks like he's close enough to hit there, but he wasn't exactly. So Markoth went down without much trouble that time. That feels good for the future Markoth Radiant fight. It is a little confusing to me that there's both the Radiance and there's also Radiant versions. I understand it a little bit based on the theme, but still, it's a little bit confusing to reuse the same word like that. Or a very similar word, I guess. Same root word. So, even though I consider these an easy fight, I need to be careful because I've got bindings on. Even simple fights can kill me. Especially if I do that. Heal once. Dash away. There we go. Now we are fully healthy, and I can start battling these like I normally do. Shoot him with spells a couple times. Great. Get ready to land some hits on him. Great. One of the things that I find relatively easy about this battle is when they spin at you, when they attack you, you know where they're going to end up. Like, you can tell where they're going to end up and be available to be hit. Oh man, I just dashed into that guy twice, I think. Okay, so I'm almost dead in the fight that I just said was an easy fight. Let's heal up. There we go. Healed up a couple. Heal up one more time. There we go. Now we're fully healthy again. Come at me so that I can hit you several times after you land. I got myself trapped over there. And spells. I believe this is the last one. I'm down 1 health, so let's heal once. Oh, he bounced off the wall. Hee hee hee. Tricky. Let's heal once, and then prepare to defeat him. Didn't exactly defeat him. There we go. Next, I believe, is the Soul Tyrant. Yep. So, the Soul Tyrant, the first phase is no problem. Let's talk about another charm during this first phase. The Grubberfly's Elegy. I really like the Grubberfly's Elegy. And I realized just a second ago that I was thinking about a different charm than I was talking about, but none of the things that I said are untrue. I really like the Grubberfly's Elegy. It harkens back to the original Legend of Zelda. So the Grubberfly's Elegy, when you have full health, you shoot out a little beam of light from your nail. That is exactly what happened in the first Legend of Zelda game. When you were fully healthy, you would shoot a sword beam out. So it's kind of neat that they have that is brought forward again. Many games have brought that little detail forward. But it's fun. And shooting a little beam out is extremely helpful, especially if you're doing some delicate flower questing, for example. Because shooting that little beam means you don't go as close to enemies. It's kind of like the long nail and the Mark of Pride. If you're not going as close to enemies when you're attacking them, it's easier to avoid their attacks. The fact that it only has an effect when you are fully healthy makes it a little bit hard to use. That means that it's pretty useless in boss battles, except for Radiant boss battles. But it is generally not useful in the Pantheons, in my opinion. I also don't know the numbers. I don't know how much damage that little sword beam does, especially compared to the nail attack itself. But I like it. I find it to be very nice when walking around the world, when exploring the world and trying to avoid hits from enemies, and generally when trying to go fast while exploring through the world. Like if you're going from one place to another somewhat quickly, two charms that are very nice to have on are the Unbreakable Strength and the Grubberfly's Elegy. I think that we're relatively close to the crazy phase. Just like 4 or 5 hits against him, or 1 hit in a spell, I guess. The crazy phase. Oh, if I just jump, it avoids him? What? Okay, all of a sudden this is a lot easier. All I have to do is jump? Oh man. I wish I had noticed that when I was fighting him in his Radiant version. Okay, well, it has failed me a couple times. After realizing it, it failed me a couple times, which is not the best. And I could die here. I did not die here. Good. Next one is the Pure Vessel. And this is my last attempt for this particular episode, but I feel pretty good about it. Let's make it the last attempt because it's the successful attempt. Hello, Pure Vessel. You were the hardest boss to me at one point. I have moved past that. Trying to be careful about using my spell when he lands and makes spikes come out of the ground, because I can hit myself back into one of his spikes if I'm in the wrong spot, and I don't really want to do that. But it is a good place to use the spell, I just need to be a little bit careful about it. And I'm trying to be a little bit careful about it. Great. Dash through. Oh man, I dashed through the correct direction. That's an important thing to do. That was a good time to hit him with a spell. This is a good time to hit him with a spell. Now remember, he's not doing the creepy move yet, but he's getting closer. I don't like being in the corner there, and I walk away from the corner. I did not have enough soul to do a spell there. I was going to. I tried, I pressed the button. Watch out for those balls. Those balls killed me last time. Do not have enough soul for a spell there. And, yep, there's the creepy move. I was just about to say he could do the creepy move at any moment, and then he did. Shoot him with a spell. Wait for him. Great. I like the creepy move. The creepy move is easier to hit him with, in my opinion. And I think I'm going to do this just fine. I mean, I got hit at the very last bit there, but otherwise, 2 bindings on the 4th Pantheon, the Shell and Charms binding, went pretty well. The second time granted, not the first time. 21 minutes. And the only binding left to do, if I just want to do each binding separately, is the soul binding, which is probably the easiest for me because I'm not that big into using my spells in battle. I mean, I'm getting more into it, but still. Next time, I'm going to be in the Hall of the Gods, doing some Radiant versions of bosses. As of this episode, I've completed 2 more bindings on the 4th Pantheon, the Shell binding and the Charms binding. That leaves just the Soul binding left before I'm done with the 4th Pantheon. Not that I won't try to do all 4 bindings simultaneously. There's a link to my tracking sheet in the video description, new episodes every Sunday, and thanks for watching.